Oh, this is question number 3 out of 3.2, and it says a graph of y equals f of x is shown. In the same coordinate system, sketch a graph of the derivative function y equals f prime of x over the interval. Okay, so guys, the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to figure out when is the slope of the tangent line going to be horizontal. So what that says is I'm drawing a horizontal line right here. Now I know that horizontal lines, y'all, have a slope of 0, and so the slope of the tangent line is going to be 0 at x equals 1. So what that's telling me, y'all, is that I'm going to have an x-intercept right there at 1, okay? All right, so let's see if we can find another couple of points here, okay? So I'm looking for what I would call, I don't know, I call them like pretty points, okay? So what I mean by pretty points is like if I were to take, say, that point right there, right? And I were to draw a line that's tangent, okay? So it would look something like this. And so what I might say here is if I look at that line, the slope of this line, it looks like it's down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over, okay. So it looks like the slope of this line is a -1, okay. So what that's telling me is that when x is -1, y is also -1, okay. And so what I'm going to do now, y'all, I'm going to make that a red dot. What I'm going to do now, y'all, is I'm going to connect those two dots, okay. And I want to see if I can find the equation of that line. And the reason I want to know the equation is, I could probably do it this way. If I look at this line, it looks like the slope of that line is positive because the red line's going up. So I'm going up 1 over 1, 2, up 1 over, maybe not, maybe it's just the way I drew my line. But let's see if we can figure it out. So let me see if I can find the equation of my line, okay? So it looks like the coordinates of that point there are 1 and 0. And it looks like the coordinates of this point here is a -1 and -1. Okay, so what I want to do, y'all, is I want to find the equation of the line that goes through those 2 points. So first, let's find the slope. Remember, it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So how about if I call this my x1 and y1, and I call that my x2 and my y2. And so let me see if I can go ahead and do this part right here. So let's see, y2 is 0, minus y1 is a -1, x2 is 1, minus, and x1 is also a -1. Okay, so let's see, that's going to be plus, and that's going to be plus, so it looks like it is 1 over 2, okay? All right, so I know that that's part of my slope. I got my slope right here, and I'm going to use this point, let me do it in black, this point here to find the equation. Okay, so y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. So y minus, let's see, my y1, I know I'm using this point here. I could have used that one too, but I'm going to use this one. My y value is 0. Okay, our slope was 1/2. Our x value was a +1. Okay, so we're going to have y equals, let's see, what is this? 1/2 x minus 1/2. Okay, now they're telling me to do this over the interval from -4 to 4. So really what I want to do is I want to figure out what's the y value at -4 and what's the y value at +4. Okay, so let's do it this way. 1/2 of -4 minus 1/2, that's going to be, let's see, -2 over 1 minus 1/2 is -4 over 2 minus 1 over 2. That's going to give me a -5 over 2, okay, or a -2.5. And then at 4, 1/2 of 4 minus 1/2, 1/2 of 4 is 2, minus 1/2 is 3/2, okay, or 1.5. So what I would do here, y'all, and I'm just going to clean this mess up. I know there's a lot of it, but what I would do is I would say, I got 2 points. I know well, I actually had a few, but I know that point goes there. And at 4, we set our y value, oops, sorry about that. Let's go back over here. At 4, we said our y value was 3/2. So at 4, our y value is 3/2, which is right about there. At -4, our y value was -2.5 right there. And that's what my line should look like. So I would make sure that I really label this point here and that point right there, right? Because it is asking me to do it over the entire, over the entire interval. If I only did these points here, I think the way the line segment allows you to do it, you can only connect those two and you can't extend it. So I really got to go through the whole thing. Okay. Anyway, hope that makes sense. Y'all got any questions? Let me know.